This is Linda Gunther, and this is my Learning Center, and it will be on the Constitution. I have prepared stations for my class to participate in to help them learn the Constitution. Our class will begin by watching Unite or Die on the screen, which you see right here. And after we have watched this ebook on the screen, then as a class we would discuss it for a few minutes, and then I would divide my class into the 6 stations. I would start with my gifted and talented students and assign them to station 6. And station 6 is what do you think? And the students would take this folder, and they would decide, and they would look at the instructions on the outside, and it says how much you feel if you were present during the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. Is it important to have a Bill of Rights? Why or why not? And the students would have a piece of paper inside their folder that they would take out, that they would write their short essay about that question. And also I have put a book over here that would might help them stimulate their thinking on what they could be writing about. And then we have over here at station 4, it's the mini Constitution book, and the students would read and complete this mini Constitution book, and they would look inside, and there would be this little book in which they would read it. There's some questions in here for them to answer, and they would work independently on this station. And then another station that we have is called the Freedom Poster, and it says, "What does freedom mean to you?" On the paper provided in the folder, write and illustrate what freedom means to you and your family. And so the students would take this folder out, and there's another piece of paper in there in which they would think about what freedom means to them, and they would illustrate it and write a short paragraph about what freedom means to them. And then in another station is the preamble match. And so what the student would do first would come over here to the computer, and on the computer would be Schoolhouse Rock, the preamble, and they would sit and they would listen to this. And so our people spelled it out, the things that we should be. And they put those principles down on paper and called it the Constitution. And it's been helping us run our country ever since then. The first part of the Constitution is called the Preamble and tells what those founding fathers set out to do. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. So the students would listen to that catchy little tune, and after they listened to it, and maybe they were able to sing along with it, they would come back over here, and this is a folder game in which teaching them the preamble of the United States Constitution, and they would take these the blue cards and put them in order of the preamble, and they would put these in the order that they belong in the blue cards, and then with the red cards, it's really saying what the preamble means. And so that would be an activity that they would do. And then another station is station the 5 rules for the 4th grade planet. And this would be a station that would be 2 or 3 or 4 students at a time that work together, that 3 or 4 students work together at a time. And the instructions are, imagine you have landed on a new 4th grade planet. You're responsible for establishing order amongst your population. You have to establish rules and rights for the new planet, 4th grade. Brainstorm 5 rules with your group and record them on the large piece of paper. So the students would work together in a group, 2 or 3, and they would decide on the rules that they would have for the 4th grade planet for this new population, and they would jot these down on this piece of butcher paper, and that would be another station that I have. And then the other one that we have, the last one that I have, is a character study. And what the student will do, they would choose one person from the books provided who helped write the Constitution, and they would write a complete paragraph on that person. And example, George Washington, Ben Franklin, John Adams. And right here I have several books that they can look at and gain their information about their person. And they would take this piece of paper and write their complete paragraph about that person. And it just so happens if there wasn't enough information in these books they couldn't find on someone that they wanted to write about, then they would be able to go to the internet in order to look up that information. So I have 6 stations that in order for my students to learn about the Constitution and help them to realize how important our freedom is and what it took for these men to write the Constitution and to learn about it. So this would be for 4th grade, and this learning stations is the unit on constitutions. Thank you very much.